Super Sunday. Little NBA basketball mixed in with the big game a little bit later. And that first half belonged to the Thunder, 67-57. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the best player on the floor.
Grant, I don't know how you guard this guy. And talk about a player that uses every inch of his size and does it on both ends. He's a special player.
He took Fox completely out of the game.
Completely out of the game. Fox only has one assist, Grant. I mean, the pressure is clearly bothering him. And the thing that's confusing to me is Fox is the long guy himself.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring in Jerry Reynolds, who joins us here at the half. Jerry, it's good to have you on here on Super Sunday. We were just talking about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, a two-way player. I mean, you see how good he is offensively, but he just shut down De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I think you can make, with Gilgeous-Alexander, and I've watched a lot of him. He's one of those guys, young guys that gets better and better every year, and clear choice for MVP in my mind. I'd put him ahead of Jokic at this stage. I mean, when you look at the improvement of their team, and as you said, he is a two-way player, and he's a difference in the game so far.
Big time difference in the game. 10-point game right now. The Kings turned the ball over too much and their 3-point shot is not falling. And we know, again, we saw it the other night against Denver. When you're making shots, the Kings look great. But on nights or afternoons when you're not, they because they're not going to stop you defensively. I mean, think about that. They just gave up 67 points in this first half. So I guess the question that I have for you, Ryan, and then we'll get to Jerry, if De'Aaron Fox doesn't get going, can the Kings win this game?
Yeah, I actually think they can, Grant, because the Thunder shot the three ball really well in the first half. In the first couple meetings with the Kings this season, they only shot it just a tad above 27%. Also, the Kings got to the free throw line 10 times in the first half. So I really like how they're positioned right now if they can handle the pressure from OKC and start hitting some threes.
Jerry?
Well, I think they could. I mean, obviously, if Fox gets going like Fox we expect him to, I mean, it'd give him a much better chance. But as Ryan pointed out, I do think the Kings can do a much better job of getting to the basket. I mean, they can break down this defense, and as we saw with Harrison Barnes getting to the line, obviously they can go inside a lot more. I think to Domas. I mean, he's just too physically strong for Holmgren. And,
he almost had a triple-double, with 10 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. I mean, he does it every single game. He's the most consistent player that I've seen on the Kings in many, many, many a year. I mean, Jerry, the guy is literally Mr. Consistency. And he's going to play every game. He's there every night, and he pretty much plays the same way, night in, night out, afternoon after out.
Never seen a guy play with more consistent effort in my entire life. I really mean that. And
that's saying something, Jerry.
Certainly, he's easily the best center in the history of the entire franchise, from Rochester to Cincinnati to Kansas City to Sacramento. So that says a lot. But but value the ball. I mean, they've certainly. They're going to turn it over some, but they've had about 5 turnovers of what in the world are you thinking?
They had 11 turnovers, and the point you're trying to make is many of those were unforced, and you can't have unforced turnovers on the road against this team.
No, yeah, you're going to make some turnovers, but like you say, just by nature of the game and the speed, but they had at least 5 that, cost them points out of just being careless, sloppy, forcing things.
All right, so you think the Kings win this game? I don't. I think Oklahoma City is going to win this game, and I think they're going to put 127 on the board. I think it will be a close game, but I think the Thunder will win this game 127 to 123. How do you guys see this one going?
Well, I kind of agree with you. I think the Kings are going to have to play their best half, as good as we've seen them play all year to beat this team, because I don't think they're going to beat themselves. I think they're very good offensively. Their spacing is terrific. And so that being said, I'd kind of think I'd see about 125 to 120 a game in favor of the Thunder for this one.
Ryan?
I think the Kings are going to balance the physicality out in the second half. I think Coach Brown will play Alex Len behind Sabonis. I think that'll kind of help the Kings play a little more inside out, get the flow going. They're going to rally around Coach Brown. His son is a quality control coach for the Niners, and they're staying in the city to play or to watch Super Bowl. So I'm saying Kings today, 117 to 111.
I'm picking the Thunder also because they've lost 2 in a row. They have lost already twice to Sacramento. They were embarrassed yesterday afternoon, and you
Yes.
can see this is a very determined Oklahoma City team. This is a big game for them. They do not want to go on a 3-game losing streak. Not that anyone does, but they're near the top of the West, and so this is a team that has had their number, even going back to last year. I think this is a really big half for the Thunder, Jerry. I really do.
Oh, I agree with you. And I mean, I think to me, the Kings are facing the Thunder like the Kings went after the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
After a very embarrassing loss, the Thunder had one last night, yesterday afternoon to the Mavericks. And like you say, they know the positioning. And no, the Kings are catching this team at their very best.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Yet they're only down 10 points. So I'm interested to see how the second half plays out.
So Ryan, you think 10 points is an insurmountable lead? I know you don't. I don't either, but in the NBA.
No.
But I just think this is an awfully good team, and I hope I'm wrong. But I just think it may be a little more of a mountain than they can deal with, considering everything the Thunder have been through.
I'll take your counsel.
Well, if SGA, I haven't seen any reason for hope that the Kings are going to be able to contain him in the second half. And he's making such a presence defensively as well. I don't see that changing. And for that reason, I just think Oklahoma City will win. And sometimes it's when you play and what the team's going through. Jerry made a good point. I think it was a week or two ago, and I can't remember who the Kings were playing, but he was hoping that the team that they had played on the second night of back-to-back had won their game. It's just the way Oklahoma City lost yesterday. They had their nose rubbed in it. I mean, and you can see the way the Thunder have responded this afternoon.
Well, I think really the best chance the Kings have got, and they clearly have a chance. 10 points means nothing in the NBA, but De'Aaron Fox has to have a spectacular half. We know he's capable of it.
Yep.
And he's had many of them, but short of that, that's all. That's what I'm thinking. They really need one of those games, or short of that, Keegan Murray going for, one of his spectacular shooting efforts over his stretch, which those are all possible.
Jerry, I thought you'd have some red on with the Chiefs. You being a Chiefs fan, I'm a little disappointed in your attire today, even though you have a Grant Napier shirt on, and I do appreciate that. But I was expecting a little bit of Chiefs, merch on you today.
Well, I'm scared of what might happen, but I'll have it on here in a couple of hours. I'll tell you that.
All right.
My son's out here, so we're getting ready to, be like cheerleaders. But we'll see. I mean, as you know, I'm a front runner, and but I want to, it's going to be a great game. There's no doubt about it. Two best teams are playing, but don't bet against Superman.
No, do not. And tell your son, tell Jay I said hello, would you please?
I will.
Yeah. All right. So third quarter coming up here in just a couple of moments. And the one thing I think this game's going to be tight. I don't think the Thunder are going to run away from this team. So, I mean, I think when the fourth quarter begins, this is going to be a 5-point game or less. I really do.
Well, the Thunder can't really guard the Kings either. The Kings are guarding themselves. That's kind of what we talked about. I mean, just take care of the basketball and, put yourself in a position to win. And here again, I think Fox is such a key. I think they're getting good performances from several guys. And so really you just need De'Aaron Fox to join the fray. And Malik Monk, as good as he is, Malik giveth, Malik taketh away.
Yeah,
we need more Malik giveth and less taketh away.
Well, guys, I will tell you this, Ryan, Jerry, you know this. If the Kings turn the ball over in the second half the way they did in this first half, they will have no chance of winning this game.
No, none.
Yeah. No post game today. You know why? Because there's a big game, and
Okay,
so,
what?
I know. Well, Jerry, we were going to do a post game, but the fact that you don't join us on the post game, we figured, why would anybody watch if Jerry Reynolds isn't on?
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
There's only one guy that I would guarantee you 100% that would be watching, and that's Baki over in Belgrade. Okay. He would, and there he is right here. He would 100% be watching a post game, regardless of what other event is going on at the same time.
Very wise man. Very wise man.
Absolutely. So again, we really appreciate you joining us here on this Sunday, and I hope that you are getting ready whatever it is, whether you like to watch the game in quiet or you're going to a sports bar or whether you're going to a big party. Have yourself a heck of a time. Jerry, it's going to be very quiet. Just you and
me and my
Jay,
son. Huh? That's it.
Okay,
that's it. I won't let Mrs. Reynolds in the area. We chase her off, and no, it's focus time.
Yeah,
I've never understood the sports bar thing. You know,
I can't do it.
People,
can't do it.
No, when I want to watch something, I want to watch something.
Yeah. You know, what we failed to mention about Mrs. Reynolds, she's the happiest person on Sunday that she doesn't have to stay at home with Jerry and Jay. She's just thrilled to death. She's like, go ahead, do your thing. Okay, thank you. Right? You know.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Very wise point there, Grant.
Yes, indeed. All right. So again, it's a 10-point game at the half. Ryan's got the Kings winning. Jerry and me think the Kings will lose. No post game, but let's cross our fingers and hope for a good second half. We can at least do that.
We sure can.
Jerry, you enjoy the Super Bowl, okay? And I don't want you screaming too loud. Keep your health in check. Don't get too excited, okay?
Well, the thing is, if the Chiefs lose, I know they're losing to a great team and a great. I really do enjoy the Niners a lot. I mean, they're my second favorite, but so whoever loses is losing to a great team. That's what I think.
I'd love to see Eric Armstead win a Super Bowl. The guy's a class act. He's so good in our community of Sacramento. His dad, his family, they are so class. And so
big time.
Yeah. I mean, Gus, I would love to see Eric win. I really would.
Gus is the best.
Gus is the best. I mean, and you now know why Eric is the way he is. All right. Yeah. I mean, so we get that part. All right, Jerry, enjoy the game.
See you guys.
All right. Thank you. Rhino, appreciate you doing the pregame today and joining us here on the halftime, and enjoy the Super Bowl, my friend.
Thanks, Napes. You as well.
All right. And for everyone else, Super Sunday. Yeah, a lot going on. Thank you very much. Make it a good afternoon. Bye-bye, everybody.